So today we're going to be checking out the rare and intoxicating brand new Dior Sauvage Elixir. Where's it at? Right there, front and center, Dior Sauvage Elixir. Or actually, yeah, right there, Elixir. I gotta lie and say I'm really excited about this one. I gotta say I'm really excited about this one. In all seriousness though, I am pretty curious to check this one out, and honestly I guess I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit curious and I haven't been anticipating this one a little bit. I'm sure the last thing you want to see is another Dior Sauvage flanker, and I understand, I'm there with you. But hey, if it's gonna be rare and exciting, rare and intoxicating, I just can't help myself. We're gonna be checking it out here on the channel. I'm gonna tell you how it smells, what it reminds me of, and ultimately if I think it's gonna be one that will be worth picking up once it's fully available and once it does end up hitting discounters. So actually I did just check, and this one is now available on the Dior website here in the United States. It comes in one bottle size, which is gonna be this one here. 2-ounce bottle for $155, which is a little on the steep side. Sauvage Elixir concentrates all of its power in a midnight blue lacquered glass bottle in Dior's unique 2-ounce bottle size. This precious bottle, shaped like a vial, features multiple sophisticated designs. The magical name of the fragrance is inscribed in the shiny silver on the label, engraved right into the glass. The dome-shaped bottom engraved with the CD logo marks its silhouette. Let us go ahead and unveil the elixir. So here it is. Yeah, looks kind of like a Sauvage bottle with a little bit of an indentation. Now the lining is not going to cooperate here with this one. What does this do? That doesn't do too much for you. You can see it's kind of set back and inscribed. There's a texture right where my finger is. See me doing that? There's a bump there. So this is kind of set back. It says Sauvage Elixir on the bottom as described in the very fancy written agreement there. You can see it's very deep. It's got a deep, probably about half a shot. So if you wanted to, you could pour some tequila in here and, you know, shoot it down out of your Sauvage Elixir $155 bottle. So it does come equipped with the magnetic cap like such, which is synonymous with the rest of the line. All right, let's go ahead and get serious here. Let's go ahead and spray this one on. One other thing is the collar and the atomizer itself is a bit smaller in circumference compared to the other ones, you know, the Eau de Toilette EDP and the 100 ml bottle size. It's just a little bit more narrow, probably just to look a bit more proportionate here to the size of the bottle. This one did come primed. That's my first time spraying it there, but as you would expect, as you can see, great atomizer. I'm already starting to smell it here, so let's just kind of dive in. So right away, you know, it kind of has a syrupy, spicy freshness to it. It's kind of hard to describe. You get like a grapefruit, you get the spiciness, you get this aromatic, mature freshness about it. So if you were to step back and look at the Sauvage line as a whole, right? Start with the Eau de Toilette. That is the college guy, 20 years old, hitting the clubs, hitting the bars, doing that sort of thing, doing some other stuff. That's kind of what he would be wearing. Sauvage Eau de Toilette. Pretty basic, and everyone knows this. Sauvage Eau de Parfum. That's the same dude, but he's about 25, 26, you know? He made it through college. He's starting to settle down. He's starting to focus more on his career. And that's Sauvage Eau de Parfum. He still wants to maintain a playful aspect, but he wants to kind of bring it back and kind of complement his personality a bit more, which is still that fun, playful guy he was in college, but just a bit more serious. You know, he's a little bit more mature. And you finally get to Sauvage Parfum. And Sauvage Parfum is that same dude. The same dude that was 20 years old rocking the Eau de Toilette, but he's now about 32, 35. He's invested. He has a wife, he has kids, he has a great career for him. And he's locked down, right? That's Sauvage Parfum, right? He went through the phases. So when you look at that and you look at Sauvage Elixir, where does this stand? You know, when I smell this, I don't necessarily think of now that same guy, but in his 50s or something like that. You know, it's just even more aromatic, even less playful than the original and the EDP and even the Parfum. Let's go ahead and take a look at the official note breakdown here. Up top we have grapefruit, cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg. In the mid we have lavender. In the base we have sandalwood, patchouli, vetiver, amber, and licorice. So I'll tell you what I like. I like the fact that it is more of a warm, spicy, and aromatic. So you get that nutmeg, you get that cinnamon up top, a little bit of cardamom, but honestly not too much for me. You know, it's not a super oriental smell. It's just more of a spicy smell. Immediately following that for me, all of the spices there would be the sandalwood. And that's kind of similar to Sauvage Parfum, which on my skin to me is relatively sandalwood heavy. It's just kind of a masculine, somewhat modern woody smell. If I had to compare this to any of the other Sauvage fragrances, it would be the Parfum. This is by far most similar to that. But again, it still has enough of a differentiation here to make it different. For me, I'm getting a lot of the sandalwood. I'm getting a lot of the lavender and a lot of the spices up top. You'll notice one thing that this strays away from is the ambroxan overload. And really, it's going to be similar with the Parfum as well. If you've smelled the Parfum, then you would be used to that. You would know that the Parfum kind of strays away from the, ambroxan, super strong, peppery type of smell. And so that shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Now, what is interesting is if you were to smell the eau de toilette, and then you were to go out and smell the elixir, back to back. As a beginner, as a first time to Sauvage, you smell the EDT and you smell Elixir, you don't smell the EDP or the Parfum, they are going to be worlds apart. You're going to be completely thrown off because in that moment, Elixir is going to smell nothing like the eau de toilette. What it seems like to me is you almost kind of have to go through the line. You know, you have to start with the EDT, get used to it, get familiar with it, go over to the EDP, go over to the Parfum, and then finally check out Elixir, right? You kind of have to go through the progression here because again, if you were to smell the EDT where it all started and then end up here in 2021 with Elixir, it's going to be a lot different, right? It's all about that progression. You know, this is a warm, spicy, it is an aromatic scent. I find that this one would be very suitable for cooler weather or transitional seasons. Fall, winter, spring, that time of year or those times of year would be kind of your sweet spot for this one. The original Sauvage I think is great in summer, but it could be used all year round. You know, it's very versatile. And realistically, this could be used all year round as well because of the kind of clean, aromatic, lavender tendencies that it has. It could be your signature, although a bit of an expensive signature, especially for a designer. But again, it is a prestigious brand of Dior. It's going to be up to you, but for me, being that I have the collection that I have, this is never going to be a signature scent. Nothing is ever going to be a signature scent that I wear all the time. So I would kind of move this one over to fall, spring, maybe winter, but I have many better fragrances to wear in wintertime. Not that this is bad, but I'm talking the tobaccos, the rums, all the boozy fragrances, the vanillas, that sort of thing. Transitional seasons though, I could see myself reaching for this one if I want something mass-pleasing and versatile. At the end of the day, that's what this one is going to be. And again, it is a Sauvage flanker, so you would expect that. It's going to be a mass-pleasing scent. I mean, it's going to have that charm about it that will get you compliments. Now, what I will say is that if you are that college guy, that 20-year-old, and you like Sauvage, you may not be as down for Elixir as you are the original Sauvage. It is a bit more mature. It is a bit more refined. Business meetings, higher end events, that sort of thing, Elixir would be a nice option. I think even nicer than the Parfum of Sauvage. You know, it is refined, it is warm, it is spicy, it's a bit inviting. That situation would work great. This could also work great on a date as well if you wanted to go there. For some reason, this is reminding me of something else, and it's not a Sauvage flanker or anything, that I can't quite put my nose on. I just don't know. I'm gonna need some more time with this one. I wanna test it more. I would like to check out performance, all of that stuff, and I will update you with a full review on this one in the future. I would imagine that this one would be performing pretty good considering it is a pure Parfum, but we'll have to see. I would say more likely than not, 2021 release. Not speaking for years down the line when they reformulate this one, but as of right now, if you buy this, I would say it's probably gonna do pretty good. Here on my skin, it's doing just fine so far. Well, I think I'm going to start to wrap this one up here. Final thoughts, I like it. It's just, I don't know, you know. I don't love it. It doesn't blow me away. It still does resemble Sauvage. Not so much in ambroxan, but just in kind of the persona that it gives off. You know, you can still kind of dig in and kind of realize that it is a flanker of the almighty Sauvage. Do we need this? I'm not so convinced that we do need this right now. I'm sufficient with the Parfum. I'm sufficient with the EDP. And to be honest with you, every now and then I'll reach for the Eau de Toilette. Like I said, I will find time to wear this one. Again, transitional seasons, that sort of thing. But I could wear the Parfum of Sauvage in those seasons. And I could wear a plethora of other fragrances in those seasons as well. So, you know, whether we need this or not is really going to be up in the air. I do think it is cool, and for the Sauvage collector, this is pretty sweet. Presentation, the bottle, all that sort of stuff is pretty neat. Price is a little bit steep. I would encourage you to wait until this one hits discounters before going out and buying it, unless you are really after this one. It's totally up to you, but yeah, you know, I would wait on it. And to that note, before I end this off really quickly, quality is fantastic. I'm not gonna, you know, try to rag on this. Dior is a brand I have a lot of respect for. I love a lot of their fragrances. And even if I'm not completely down on one of their scents, I'm never gonna, you know, lie and say the quality is bad or any sort of thing like that. The quality is top notch here. I mean, it is smooth stuff. If you want an ultra smooth kind of Sauvage flanker, even more than the Parfum, this is like heavenly. I mean, it is creamy and smooth from opening to where it sits right now. So for the quality connoisseurs out there, you may be interested. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. That was my take on Sauvage Elixir. Let me know if you've tried this one yet down below in the comments. And if you haven't tried this one yet, are you excited to? Do you care? Do you not care? Does the thought of another Sauvage make you sick to the stomach? Are you disliking this video because you hate Sauvage and you want to take it out on me? Let me know down below. As always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and kind of sticking around while we discuss a new exciting fragrance. You know, it's been kind of slow here recently with the new releases. Towards the beginning of the year, there was a ton of them because I think, you know, the whole worldwide situation last year severely slowed it down. So these brands stashed them away, and when we came into the new year, they just went full force and pumped them out. So I was doing first impressions and new stuff all the time. Kind of slowed down, been doing more top 10s because there just hasn't been as much. So we're going to try to get back into these new releases as they come. So thanks for sticking with me, and if you're excited, make sure you get subscribed. I'm doing giveaways on the YouTube stories and that sort of thing you can check out, and you can still enter at the time of this video. All that stuff. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.